We have some breaking news to tell you about. Out of Ottawa, a Manitoba man who stormed the gates of Rideau Hall with loaded firearms and multiple rounds of ammunition last summer has just been sentenced. The CBC's Sarah Galashan is tracking this story for us. Sarah, what's the sentence?
Andrew, the Crown had asked for 6 years minus time served. Defense had asked for 3 years minus or less a year for pretrial custody. The judge called that inappropriate and in the end did side with the Crown. So 6 years minus time served. And he offered many reasons for that decision. Our reporter Catherine Tunney was listening in on that decision. Based on her notes, I can tell you that he called the events of July 2nd an armed aggression against the government. Corey Hurren, 46-year-old former military reservist, had left his wife and 2 children in Manitoba, drove to Ottawa in his vehicle a number of weapons and ammunition, and the judge called the degree to which Hurren was armed shocking. There were 5 guns in his vehicle, 2 of them prohibited. One of those prohibited guns, an M14 rifle. That's the same kind of gun that was used back in 2014 to kill 4 RCMP officers in New Brunswick. The judge said the events of July 2nd could have turned deadly at any moment. He called Hurren's political motivations a great concern. Now, there was an agreed upon statement that was entered when Hurren pleaded guilty. And in that, he admitted to wanting to arrest the Prime Minister during one of Justin Trudeau's daily live pandemic briefings. Remember, he used to conduct those right outside the cottage where he lives on the Rideau Hall grounds. The Prime Minister, though, wasn't there that day. What ended up happening was Hurren was able to plow through the gates at Rideau Hall, causing significant damage. He drove his vehicle until it died, at which point there was a standoff with RCMP security. It, though, did end peacefully with an arrest. But the judge did also say that Hurren has since then showed no sign of remorse or that he regrets it. As well, Andrew, that he has not at this point rejected his anti-government conspiracy theories.
And Sarah, how did Hurren's mental health play into the judge's decision?
He did bring that up. We know that after Hurren was arrested, he was interviewed or assessed by a doctor, and the judge cited that report saying that it showed that Hurren didn't suffer from PTSD, didn't suffer from hallucinations. Rather, major depression might have contributed to that decision to drive from Manitoba with the possibility of never returning. And the defense, in arguments, had pointed to that depression, saying that it had led to a number of bad decisions, but arguing that Hurren had made at least one very good decision, and that was to put down his weapons. The maximum that he could have received here for the what he had pled guilty to would have been 10 years, but the Crown had asked only for 6, partly because there was an agreement to plead guilty. And the judge did, as I say, go with the Crown's recommendations.
All right, Sarah, thank you.
You bet.